So, first off, science has long wondered whether a peanut butter mint fudge brownie would be delicious or too much. And today we have answered that question. And the answer is yes. Second of all, the results of the voting. The gap was one vote. There was one vote between third and second place and one vote between second and first. But it was there. The winner was Morwen. So, Lieutenant Commander Morwen will be our character for the rest of the Federation unique storyline elements, and he will be a candidate to be our character for the rest of the game. Second, so because this is the first video I'm recording, I'm going to just really quickly recap what happened with her. She's from 2255 or 6, I believe, which is right around the time of Star Trek Discovery. She had a really shitty first day on the job, in which Klingons killed her boss, and she accidentally acquired the Klingon leader Ula as a nemesis. She had various mildly edgelordy adventures, and a kick-ass first officer in Sevilla who, due to us misunderstanding what was going on in one of the missions, we thought was engaged to a minor Discovery character, and therefore queer. We have since learned that we were misunderstanding what was going on, but nonetheless, sticking with her being queer, A, because it's awesome, and B, because it makes her more Ivanova-like than she already is, which is very, and Ivanova is awesome. Ula attempted to unleash, Ula stole research from the spore drive, attempted to weaponize it, and apparently tore a hole in space-time that stuck her fleet and our ship into it. Upon which we were recruited as time agents by Daniel, the same person who recruited our TOS character. With our cover story being that we are recent Starfleet Academy graduates who had a really shitty first day and ended up in the captaincy, just like the 2409 character tutorial. So that's where we are now. Everybody can hear me okay? See everything okay? Awesome. That is particularly fascinating because I am listed as muted in the chat. But hey, whatever works. Alright, I don't care. Okay, so our first order of duty. Very quickly. As you can see, I have two incredibly generic dudes who are really boring. One is a science officer and the other is an engineer, and neither of them was given any personality in the tutorial stuff, and their faces bore me. So, we are going to replace them because due to various shenanigans
We have a diplomatic mission for you.
Not right now, Admiral. More important things are afoot. Due to various shenanigans, which I engaged in, on various other places, I have access to some very nice bridge truth evidence.
Greetings, how can I assist you today? Or in the future?
First is from Mr. Craig, who, well, Daniel's recruited us and is kind of our handler. Craig is Craig is a time agent of this time. So he's kind of our point of contact. Daniel's is from further in the future. In fact, let's ask him who he is, because we didn't do that before.
Well, where do I start? I'm 157 years old. That's only because I spent 90 years caught in a temporal distortion in the Typhon Expanse, serving as an ensign under Captain Morwen Bateson on the USS Bozeman. Much of the crew of the Bozeman found it difficult to integrate back into Starfleet. So much had changed. The Temporal Intelligence Agency took in many of my shipmates, due to our first-hand knowledge of events that occurred in the past. So, that's where I ended up.
More or less, they couldn't afford Kelsey Grammer, so they made up a character from his ship in the one TNT episode he did. Anyway.
Greetings, how can I assist you today? Or in the future?
No! Okay. I'm still 10 levels away from being able to get the engineer. That sucks. So I guess we're stuck with the boring engineer guy for another 10 levels. Sorry. No. Fine. Pick someone at random. Now I can get them. Okay. I think I have... Oh my god, what is going on? I should have my veteran reward. Can I start this door first? Great. I already got that. Alright. It may be possible that I'm actually not high enough level to do this yet, which would be very annoying. There we go, okay. So, we want to replace the science officer. So, first question I will extend to the chat is female or male? I mean, I have my preference, but let's hear what y'all. Yeah. Okay. Well, female's my preference too. So that's what we're doing. There we go. Okay. And we definitely want her to join. And now we get to completely redesign her however we want. So what do we want here? So tempting now. Yes. Yes, I can, and I am sorely tempted to do it. I'm gonna do it. Where would it go? Why won't it let me? But maybe I can't. So let me make her a clone. Why? Why are you so cruel to me? Why would you show that option and then not let me do it? Oh, it is. It is incredibly brutal. If I do dual lobes, does that mean I'm not allowed to have hair? It does mean I'm not allowed to have hair. So screw that. Wait, does it? Oh no, I can have hair. It just defaults to not for that. Let's see how that looks with hair. Oh, it'll only let me have one incredibly boring hairstyle with that. Let's do that. I'm just gonna go with the humanoid and mess around with it a little bit. That's what I often go with. Let's go with whoa, I like that. I think I like that. Yeah. That is a happy accident right there. Okay. Well, and actually now the top knot works. It's just the color doesn't. So let's pick better color for it. Oops. That looks good, it's slightly boring. Maybe something similar to her spot color? That's not too bright. No, definitely not a color. If it'll let me, like that? Is that the kind of color you're thinking, Sonny? That's about as dark as it'll let me go on green, it looks like. Yeah. I would be cool with that. How's that? Or... ooh, how's that? Alright, we've got her face. Now let's stick her in uniform. Oh. Actually, first off, do we want to make any changes to her body? I kind of like the idea, given my captain is absurdly small, of making her like a fucking Amazon. Okay, Amazon it is. So we're going to want to be tall and bulky. Widen up those shoulders. So, slightly bigger waist. Definitely more hit. Not quite that level. Little more beauty. Bulk up them arms a lot. Same with them legs. I'm liking this. And now, exactly. That is 100% not what I was going for. And very weird. Oh, can she not wear the jacket? What is that jacket called? What is that jacket called? Oh no, there it is. That's weird. Why wouldn't it let her wear it? What do we think? Do we have our science officer? Maybe I should... The gay robot orc is exactly what I was going for. In fact, let's give her... Do I have... Let's give her the gay robot orc equivalent of an eye patch. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe? I really want something... Okay, that is the closest to what I want. What do y'all think? I know, isn't it great? Gay robot orc acquired. And now, what do we name our gay robot orc? I kind of want to go with something that goes along with the like data lore pattern of being in some way a reference to like information or story. Oh, of course. Of course, you go the story route. Epic. Her name is Epic. Lieutenant Epic. That's all the people I'm keeping. For these people. Okay. I'm also going to... What do you have to offer the science station? Tractor beam is better than what you have. And she will take his place in our OA team. Odd, but okay. Oh, no, okay, that makes sense. Oh, whatever. Alright. That is that. Now, as you'll note, I am level 10. I just got promoted to Lieutenant Commander, and that means I got assigned the automatic, hey, you're a Lieutenant Commander now mission. Which means I must go to the shipyard. Which means this is a good time to make a choice. So the way the game used to work was starships are tiers. Tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And every 10 levels you get access to the next tier up. So as a Lieutenant Commander I now have access to tier 2. And tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, when you reach that level, you get a free ship of that tier. It isn't very good, but it's better than stuff at the tier below. And then, most of tier 5 and all of tier 6 is ships you have to pay money for. They changed that for tier 6. Somewhere in a couple years I wasn't playing this game. Now you can get tier 6 ships the minute you finish the tutorial, and they level with you. Basically, during tiers 1 through, when you're at the levels for tiers 1 through 5, they're a little better than a ship of that tier. And then by the time you get to tier 6, they're as good as tier 6 ships. So my question is, do we want to work our way up through the 3 ships and then eventually get one of the tier 6 ships that I purchased, and that way we can see a bunch of different ships over the course of the game? Or do we want to just pick a tier 6 ship right now and stick with it all game? I have a preference, but it isn't a strong one, so I want to see what y'all have. The game will be slightly easier with the tier 6 ships, so we'll get to see more ships and therefore more stuff with them if we go through a bunch of different ships. And of course, there's nothing stopping us from changing our mind later. Okay. The tug. The game is. I find the Space Force of the game to be fun, no matter. Oh, yeah, it's still fun. There isn't that much difference in how a tier 6 ship plays when you're at lower levels to how the regular ships of that tier do. Most of the difference is just the tier 6 ships will have very slightly better stats and maybe one or two powers that they wouldn't. Okay, so our options here are the basic cruiser, which is the Enterprise A version of the Constitution class, a Saber class escort, or a Nova class science escort. Which of the three do we want? Oh, and they each have, like, a couple of minor alternate skins. I know, right? There is some play difference between these three. The cruiser is more of a tank. It doesn't steer very well, but it can take a pounding, and it can shoot in a wider arc. The escort is fast and maneuverable and packs a punch and made of glass. And the science vessel is kind of in between. No, actually. The only difference is, in terms of that, is actually the bridge crew. On the cruiser, I will have access to 2 skills from generic engineer and 1 skill from Sevilla and Epic. On the escort, it's 2 skills from Sevilla and 1 skill from the other 2. And on the Nova, it's 2 skills from Epic and 1 skill from the other 2. In terms of my abilities, I get access to them no matter which ship I play. I will say, based on visuals alone, I prefer not the escort, but I'm pretty balanced between the other 2. Okay. I can go with that. Let's go with that. Anyone got a fictional redhead to name her out after? Nah, women only. I do have a list of fictional redheads I can bring up. Madeline, like the children's book character? Because I kind of like that. Or Madeline, with that spelling, Madeline Pryor? Yeah. That could work. That could work. Okay. USS Madeline it is. What the... Oh. Right. Hello? Thank you. There we go. That's better. Okay. Let's see. I really like that more, what's the word I'm looking for? Excelsior engineering section. I think the regular Constitution Hall is better. And next, what are we thinking of this design-wise? And I swapped in a couple of touches of purple because that's Morwen's color. I think we're good. I think we're ready to launch. Okay. And now back to the Admiral for our first mission in this time period. Because again, we are, while we wait for a lead on Ula, posing as someone from this time period.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
The ship. I do really like the Discovery aesthetic for the loading screen. That's a pretty loading screen. I do miss the little flash at the end of going into warp, though. Discovery characters don't get that because it's not in Discovery. Yes, I know how to use a star map. Thank you very much, Dan. So, the Federation plotline, like, that we're about to play, the initial, like, Klingon War arc for Federation characters, used to be a lot longer. They cut a lot of mission time. And some of them I do miss. Some of them I feel like set up later events well, and others were just really fun. But they kind of cut it down to the core basics. God damn, Epic looks amazing. They cut it down to the basics, because at this point these are the oldest missions still in the game, and I think they're a little bit embarrassed by this.
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Soketh is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it. I believe that Soketh would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yay! It's the best boss in the game.
Starfleet Shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
So let's talk a little bit about what happened between the end of Voyager and the time period of this game. Because that's more or less a full generation. One of the key things is, I'm going the wrong way, that's one of the key things. Okay, this map is... There we go. Okay. I remember finding this map very confusing. Anyway, the big thing is, of course, the Klingons and the Federation are at war again. And more or less what happened is the Klingons got really paranoid about species 8472 from Voyager. The weird three-legged dudes from another universe that Voyager teamed up with the Borg to fight, and then later it turned out they could, like, shape and were planning to infiltrate the Federation. And the Klingons got really paranoid about that and accused the Gorn government of being replaced by them and used that as a pretext to conquer the Gorn, which is why Gorn are a playable race on the Klingon side in this game. And the Federation got really mixed and cut off diplomatic ties, and the Klingons claimed that species 847Q had infiltrated the Federation and declared war. And that's why we're now at war. So the leader of the monks was supposed to take the ambassador to doesn't want the ambassador. And it's because the ambassador spent too much time with not Vulcans and run out the Vulcans, who are all incredibly racist assholes. Sorry. Goddamn shitholes. Don't like him anymore. Because he's learned how to get along with other species and therefore can't get along with snooty ass superior fucking space elves.
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? Sarketh accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to Pajem. The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at Pajem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. Pajem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
You can all hear me, right? Got paranoid for a second.
Many years ago, Pajem was used for political purposes. Technology used to spy on the Andorians was hidden beneath the sacred sanctuary. It should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought. When the monastery was rebuilt, we pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Only those who seek peace may enter.
Okay, good. Sorry, I got paranoid, and the last time I asked there was no answer.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestor? Even a people who reject emotion require peace and contemplation. We are a spiritual people. Our rituals guide us throughout our lives. Vulcans who choose a life of study and isolation, as the monks at Pajem have done, help us maintain our connection with our ancestors. The monk's study of Sirach's words in the TOS-era give us all a greater understanding of who we are and who we should strive to be. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? Centuries ago, the Vulcans were creatures of emotion. We fought one another in a series of wars that devastated our planet. Our species was on the brink of annihilation. Sirach taught us to embrace peace and to put aside our emotions in favor of logic. Sirach ushered in a time of awakening on Vulcan. His writings, the TOS-era, shaped all that we are. Without Sirach, the Vulcans you know would not exist. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
So it's Sirach's fault, is what you're telling me.
I neither trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard trouble me. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? Sokoth has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seems ill at ease in what was once his home. Tapella admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. Tapella says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of Pajem will restore him.
To be fair, I don't have to ask him most of these questions.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? The monks do not use any unnecessary technology. Even replicators are not permitted on Pajem. There is a communications array available to the monks for emergencies. Sokoth's request does not qualify. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Yeah, but I've played this mission umpteen times. I don't really need the clue, I'm just showing everything.
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Sokoth says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
I mean, I come from the Discovery time period, when Starfleet officers are all edgelord dickbags looking for an excuse to edgelord their way across a bleak universe. I have some issues with Discovery and with the Vulcans. That is the theme of tonight's episode. Also, I just remembered that I've been playing, that I can switch to pseudo mode, and it's more fun. Where the hell did they go?
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions? Pajem is a small world near Andoria. It is sacred to our people. There have been Vulcans on Pajem for centuries. In 2152, the ancient buildings that housed our monastery were destroyed by the Andorians.
Okay. Based on this question, clearly, while my character did well enough in science to, in most of her classes actually, to be first officer on the training crew, clearly, she either flunked history or slept through the Enterprise phase. To be fair, they were the Enterprise phase.
It was a failing in our logic that led to conflict with the Andorians. We have corrected our error. After the Federation was founded, a group of Andorians, Vulcans, and humans rebuilt the monastery as a symbol of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. Since then, a group of monks has lived there. They study the ideals of Sirach. Do you have any questions? My business is my own. If you must know more, I require a meeting with the abbot. He will not use subspace communications. So if I am to receive his counsel, I need to meet with him directly.
Okay. Don't get mad at me, Mr. Pure and
Do you have any
logic.
questions? How should I know? He is a small man with small concerns. Thankfully, he has listened to reason, and our journey won't be delayed any longer. I am ready to leave now. Is the shuttle prepared for departure?
Wait. You're still trying to speak to him? But I did speak to him. Is this the way back to my ship? I think this is the way back to my ship. Yes, this is the way back to my ship.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
God damn, every time Epic pops up, I'm like, holy shit.
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow... Click on replicator to access your store.
No way.
You can purchase common
Oh
items.
my god, I know how to replicate that. Don't need to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy with this design.
Scanning in progress.
This is Captain Katak to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
You know you want to.
Cease your fire, Captain! Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Stovokor with the tale of that foul creature's death. Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us, but we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs die screaming.
Since Species 8472 is not a great name, in their introductory episode, they were not. In their second and I believe final appearance, they were, but they weren't quite, well, they both were, and they were both better and worse at it than the DS9 shapeshifters. They were better at it because their telepathic abilities meant it was harder to trip them up with stuff like, what would someone, you couldn't ask them a question that the person they were imitating would know the answer to, because they could read the answer from your mind. On the other hand, they needed, drugs in order to maintain the shape. But the Voyager crew convinced them that humanity and the people of our universe in general weren't a threat to them, so they stopped. Then, somewhere a couple years before this game starts, they started again for unknown reasons. And they renamed them the Undine for this game, because Species 8472 is not a great name.
Proof? Pah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
I'll take that into consideration. Is a pretty great answer, though.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Close hailing frequencies.
Yeah, whatever. Let's talk about that. Species first encountered by a crew of the Voyager. They're capable of changing shape and telepathic abilities. So he could be one. That's a stupid reason not to conduct a test. Also, I am unpersuaded that's a thing. And definitely it wouldn't be a thing anymore after the Dominion War. That would be like an incredibly obvious thing they would have to change during the Dominion War. Sabia, you're amazing. What's your advice? Yeah, okay. They're scary and dangerous. Sure. And boringly chair Volta.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
And my uniform is particularly pretty.
Then the beast is slain? Makar! Very good. Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
Well, I mean, at some point while stranded on that planet, I killed a Klingon and took their batlet. And then later I fought Geula with it. So, maybe a bit of a warrior heart in there somewhere, but I really do prefer science.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late! You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A Grint hound in Tark's clothing.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim. A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Fed potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at Pajem.
A, no, it's too dangerous. B, I'm keeping you where I can have people keep an eye on
A
you.
wise precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see
Why
my
wasn't
people
his last
safe,
run voice?
I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught. A wise...
That was weird. Away team, away. You know, he kinda does. Aha.
Enemy targets on center.
Oh shit, see that? That guy's in stasis. You know why that guy's in stasis? Because Epic is awesome, that's why.
Enemy targets on center. Breaking down
How did they get that many of them get behind us? What the hell? Where'd they all come from? Did some of them drop down from up there? No, it's as good as what I have, but it's probably better than what Epic has, which is nothing. Yes, but in my defense, they're space elves, therefore, and elves are the fantasy bourgeoisie, so it's not so much feeling is reappropriating? That's what we'll go with.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter.
Raise your hands if you're surprised.
You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
The one detail I like was his refusal to be transported. Because that would have been a dead giveaway. There's no way you can transport someone without knowing their composition.
Such emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
I like that the look of surprise ended with that little sideways glance. Like, are you all seeing this too? That was, easy. Yeah, we really don't. Targeting ratio, the torpedoes is not working because I don't have time to. Oh, sorry. is why the Undine share the planet. One little ship taking this much concentrated firepower for this long.
Shields failing.
Oh.
Scanning in progress.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. LaForge out.
So that's a nice little touch. They hired him to do a couple of missions later in the game, and decided to go back and insert a cameo from him. Okay.
The ambassador was an Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
What? Oh. 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 No. Oh, whatever. I'll just stick you in. Wherever I find that now. That's what I'm saying. That's right. Okay. Let's be better at hitting things.
I've received a report there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth space dock. It may need assistance.
That's it? Not gonna say the rest? Okay. Sure. So before that, I'm gonna take care of that little mini mission at Starfleet Academy. Oh. Okay. Because, it's the start of something that I want to start as soon in the game as possible. Oh my god, why are you making me go through all this again? So yeah, back in the day, missions tended to be shorter and simpler. This arc is around for that time, but there used to be a lot more. There used to be more from the Undine in this arc. And I think that's now actually the only time we're going to encounter one in this arc. There used to be more of them, building up as this big mess. That got cut. An entire character got cut. This kind of recurring minor villain, a Klingon named Zarad, who was the head of the Tribble Eradication Fleet. which is an awesome thing that Klingons have. And there's a whole mission with the Klingon eradication, or the Klingon civil eradication fleet. There's like this whole thing where there's this Federation of colonies that grew tribbles. Not a colony, like a research outpost, and they were breeding tribbles for lab rats. And the Klingon tribble eradication fleet got wind of this and attacked. And it was great. Yay, we get the officer. Ooh, what's this one at? That's good. Getting that off the bat is good. Why do you have baseball hats, sir? Alright, so we just got a first complement of duty officers. Duty officers are how the game represents background experts. Bridge officers are like the main characters of a Star Trek episode. The duty officers are all the people in the background. And you basically send them on fire and forget missions, and they get you different kinds of experience, which let you level up in different commendation areas. So after you get a certain amount of diplomatic experience, you get your first diplomatic commendation, and so on. Mostly, the different commendations get you more duty officers, more and better duty officers, but a couple of the duty officer missions get unique stuff, and the diplomatic commendation actually gets you some really good stuff. So I always try to focus on that one as much as possible early on. Because when I hit level 2 of it, I'm currently at level 0. That transwarp to K7 at rank 3, transwarp Starbase 39 STO-era, and rank 4, transwarp to Deep Space 9. That's the game's fast travel system. It lets me instantly hop to a reasonably distant location on the warp space Star Trek game. Also, at the top level of it, I get a bridge officer from an enemy faction. In other words, I can get a Klingon, Orion, or Gorn bridge officer. Also really nice. So, yeah. That's why I wanted to start that as quickly as possible, because diplomatic missions are actually kind of hard to come by. And they're hard early on to meet the requirements for, and they're really good. So I want to snatch up as many as I can in the course of the game. Okay. Talk to my first officer. I don't have most of the people I need for that, so let's just do one of those. Ooh, that's a good one. That gets me contraband, which I can trade for good stuff. Because contraband. Also, sometimes when they fail them, their after reports are pretty funny. So, that's an eventual thing. Y'all still there? Oh my god. Oh, no. Yeah, y'all still there? You've been real quiet for like half an hour. Can you still hear me? Okay, good. Early on, of course, I don't have many people. I'm not going to meet the requirements for most of these. As the game continues, my cast of extras will grow. Actually, congrats Ian, you're now the 6th doctor and can stay there forever. Or until I get a second science officer that I like better than you. And actually, I'm going to make a security officer because first officer is tactical and security is a bit much for one person. I'm going to make super security my other tactical officer. Okay, that's all I can do for now. Onward to rescue the SS Azura. In the shockingly pretty USS Madeline. More backstory to this game.
To any ships in range,
never mind.
this is Dana Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. Warp core containment field down. Radiation flooding ship. Communications and life support failing. Cannot eject warp core. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us. To any ships in range, this is Dana Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. We're being pursued by Orion raiders. Crew injured, taking heavy fire. Dropping out of warp near your coordinates. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
So, another bit of backstory to this game. Even though, like, the planet Orion is a founding member of Federation, the Orion Prime Syndicate operates as almost a government of its own. And they joined the Klingon side in this war. So they're now at war with the Federation too. Although they kind of already were, in the sense of, you know, Starfleet or the Space Cops, and there were time syndicate.
Scanning in progress.
So this kind of made it official. So as a result of that, even though Orion is still in the Federation, Orion, the species, are playable to Klingon players, not Dead. Also, the leader of the Orions, the leader of the Time Syndicate, where the heck are you? Ah, there you are. The leader of the Time Syndicate is a woman named Melanie Diane, which is just a name that exudes wanting to talk to a manager. But they spelled Melanie weird and put an apostrophe in Diane. And I can't tell if they're serious or if that's a joke about, like, bad fantasy names with apostrophes in them. Either way, I find it hilarious. God damn, Epic is gigantic. No, Epic, stand next to me. I want... Aww.
Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem until the Azura's critical damage is repaired. Step on the transporter pad when you're ready to go, and be careful, sir.
I will say, Melanie Boindian does not have anywhere near as much Ask Your Manager energy. Oh, hey, Aloy. Welcome aboard. We have a new party member. She is appropriately named. Our consensus on her origin story is that after leaving Dr. Soong, Juliana decided to make Android her way. Okay, where am I going and what am I doing? There's something of interest this way. God damn it. Yeah, my new webcam has not arrived yet, and my microphone is shitty. there's someone. The fuck? How did I get in here? What's he there? Oh. Also, like many of the missions made early in the game, I am encountering the bug where short characters have a hard time using some consoles. No, I do not want the Tribble. No, stay out of my inventory, Tribble. Oh shit, that's the Tribble. No! I'm going the wrong way. Wait.
We hid an Orion ambush on our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. Our warp engine's magnetic antimatter containment field failed. We had no choice but to drop shields and use the power to try to stabilize the containment field. As soon as the shields were down, Orions boarded the ship. I'll never let those green pirates have the Azura. Please, take my crew to safety. I'll keep trying to stabilize the warp core. If I'm lucky, I can buy you some time.
So yeah, just one nice touch is this mission has different tasks depending on the class. I'm a science class, so my task is healing people. If I were an engineer, it would be helping stabilize the core, so on. There's honestly less of that in the game than I'd like, but there's some, and it's nice. What, at all?
It is no surprise that the power cowardly Orions cannot even handle raiding a brig. But their call for assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
What? Okay. Yes, they do. You have to fight space puppies sometimes. It's terrible. Okay. Yeah. Something down here that I missed. What? Alright, I'm getting some kind of bug with the heal people side quest. Other than our Lari, can people make out what I'm saying? Or is everyone having the same problem? Well, that kind of answers the question. I was asking if people other than our Lari are having the same trouble making out what I'm saying. I'm gonna try moving the microphone as close to my mouth as I can get it, but at this point I'm practically eating it. I'm the goddamn wrong way again. What the fuck? Where is the transporter? It's supposed to be at the back of the ship. Right? Ah, right there. So.
Leave now,
attempting to get a transporter lock on Captain Brott, sir. Boosting containment. We have her, Captain.
You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can. The Azura was a transport ship, best in the quadrant. Mostly I hauled medical supplies or farming equipment, but I had room in the cargo bays for a little of everything. I have one customer who is just crazy for Tranya. I don't save the galaxy on a regular basis like you Starfleet types do, but hauling cargo is a good way to make a living. I'm helping people in my own way. You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can. There's thieves, pirates, and a whole lot of trouble if you ask me. Raiders have always been a danger to ships like mine, but the problem has gotten worse since the Orions allied with the Klingons. Now they think they can do anything to anyone. Someone needs to put a stop to these raids. You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever. We have been having trouble with the warp core for a few days. I was hoping I could make it to the closest starbase, but when the containment field started to collapse, I used every bit of power we had to help stabilize it. The minute I rerouted power from the shields to the containment field, the Orions were there. For all I know, they detected I was in trouble and were waiting for the right time to pounce. You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can. Go back to Bellaris for a few weeks, I suppose. I have enough latinum saved up to get me back on my feet. As soon as I can get another ship, I'll be doing transport runs again. I have customers waiting. You saved my crew. I'll tell you...
Well done. You saved that crew just in time.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Roger. Also,
Starfleet has lost contact with the Federation's side.
Yes. Roger the system. I also noticed we finally got a faster warp drive. Okay. Quick break while I attempt to figure something out with the microphone, and then on to the next mission. Y'all having fun? Hello, I'm back. Oh. Some of our duty officers finished their mission. So our mission was trying to confiscate contraband from the crew, and the report from our security officers is the crew is getting better at hiding their contraband, or we were misinformed. In either case, they didn't find it. We did analyze an unknown hours. Yay. Let's talk to the Admiral.
Starfleet has lost contact with the Federation science station in the Kasei system. Because all communications from Kasei 2 must be boosted by a satellite that compensates for Metreon isotopes prevalent in the system. It may be that the communications array is in need of repair. Please make the necessary repairs to the communications array and re-establish contact with the science station.
Oh my, that is, quite far. That's way out on the border of Klingon space. So, y'all want to hear about another cut mission while we fly? Okay. By the way, is it sounding any better, or is it still borderline incomprehensible? Anyway. That's better at least. So, in Enterprise, which I didn't watch much of, so I had to actually look up what this was. In Enterprise, for some inexplicable reason, they decided to do a plotline.
Hidden dangers lurk in space, and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace.
Anyway, for some godforsaken reason, they decided to explain why Klingons looked and acted different in the original series. And the explanation they came up with was a scientist tried... Basically, the Klingons, or some scientists stole, like, the research that had created Khan and tried to apply it to Klingons. And somehow screwed it up badly enough that they created a virus that turned Klingons more human, with more human defined as smooth foreheads and being really sneaky. And a descendant of that scientist in one of the cut missions from this game decides to try to do the same thing to make Super Gorn. And the Super Gorns go berserk. And then we have to rescue the obnoxious scientist. And he's a jerk. And that's about it. We rescued him, and then we sent him to jail. Yes, the Drift does get a cameo in Space Guantanamo, and a mission that is, I believe, still in the game. The Federation suddenly has a Space Guantanamo. In fact, we went there during the Discovery tutorial. Yes, the one with the identical guards and the maze of identical rooms that I kept getting lost in.
The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
Oh yeah, by the time of this game, another thing that's development since the various TV shows, the Cardassians have not joined the Federation, but they have become friendly with the Federation and closely allied with the Federation. So you occasionally encounter Cardassians doing Federation stuff.
The first sign of trouble was when we lost contact with the communications array. The Gorn beamed in and started shooting. They destroyed our computer core and took thousands of artifacts we spent years collecting. Then, as if destroying decades of archaeological research weren't enough, they started setting fires! The Gorn, Captain Jean-Luc Picard and the crew of the USS Stargazer discovered ruins from an unknown civilization here almost 60 years ago. The Federation Science Council has been researching this site ever since. It's a fascinating find. There are more than 40 kilometers of catacombs under this facility. We've barely managed to explore a quarter of what we think is here. 2 years ago, we found a star chart in the catacombs that indicated that this civilization had contact with interstellar travelers more than 15,000 years ago. The chart led us to another site on Cassay 4, where we found the most extraordinary artifacts. If we're correct, the race that once lived here may have been an advanced proto-reptilian race. The Gorn. They just stormed in and started The Gorn have extremely long memories. Thousands of years ago, the Gorn hegemony ruled this entire sector. In their minds, that means these planets are still theirs. The alliance with the Klingons has inspired the Gorn to start rebuilding their empire. Every planet from here to Cestus 3 is in danger.
I'm not sure alliance is the term I would use for the Klingons accused the Gorn leadership of being shape-shifting spies, invaded, killed them, and declared themselves in charge. Alliance is not the word I would use.
The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting. Not everyone. There are several members of our team still unaccounted for. Please, you must find them. The Gorn destroyed our automated fire suppression system in the initial attack. You will find fire suppression devices on the walls that you can use to fight the fires. I'm coming with you, Captain. There's too much at stake, and I know this project.
I mean, yes. They were. It's okay, you didn't need to spoiler tag that, really. We already know that the Klingons were right about there being shapeshifters from the first mission we did. Not about the Gorn leadership specifically, but Okay, there is a way to lower those force fields, and I cannot fucking find it. There it is. But yeah, we already met the Undine.
The Klingon invasion was a blow to Gorn self-determination and identity. These kinds of raids are the Gorn's attempt to reclaim their identity through their history. Look at all this damage. We'd have helped if the Gorn had just asked. I guess when one of your leaders turns out to be a shapeshifter, though, it damages your sense of trust.
Fucking space telegraph. No! 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 What was that about fires, Alari? I missed where I was when you said that. Oh. Yeah, let me go clear those. I was so focused on, like, getting rid of fires to clear the path, I forgot that I'm supposed to be, like, clearing fires to save the research station. We can't go that way. Where the heck did the person go? Oh.
There's another research team on Kasei 4, involved in a dig at a promising site. Given what the Gorn have done here, I'd imagine that team is in trouble. Captain, we have to check on them. If the Gorn have taken over the dig site, the researchers could be captives. Or worse. This is the dig site that our team was working on. They set up several shield generators to help protect the most important artifacts from further damage. There's a small encampment under the shield dome. The Gorn probably came in and took over everything. If we disable the shield generators, we may be able to get inside and rescue the other archaeologists. Look up. You can see the shield generator beams. We can follow those to find the controllers and turn off the system.
Seriously?
The team here found remnants of a precursor civilization, maybe a relative of the Gorn. Our understanding of Gorn evolution is woeful.
Shield power is dropping! What is going on?
The Gorn territorial claims aren't entirely without merit, but they would displace billions of people. A diplomatic solution could help to save Gorn heritage without disrupting Federation colonies.
Yeah, I noticed she's dead at it, but thank you. Oh god, the Gorn bring their puppies into battle too? Also, the Gorn have lizard puppies?
More fluctuations! Increase the power to the shields!
Good. Okay, well, at least I can see it then. Have I been headed the right way? I really hope I am. Okay, yeah, I am. Hello, friends. Were you wearing a t-shirt?
The protective shields are down! Incompetent fools!
I know, isn't it great? Oh, let's put some of the little guys first before we start the captain.
One to beam up!
There's no sign of the other team. The Gorn must be holding them captive elsewhere.
Yes, they do walk like they're moving together. God damn, I love you, Epic. You're such a big girl.
You are meddling in affairs you do not understand. This system was the home of our ancestors. It belongs to the Gorn by ties of blood and conquest. We will not allow grave robbers and thieves to desecrate hallowed ground without punishment. Prepare for death!
I know, he's Captain Snack. And I really, really want him to say, yeah. Okay, where is this? Ah. Okay, register that I disabled him, please. Come on, game. Come on. Thank you. Okay, I guess.
If the archaeological sites in the Kasei system really are from a Proto-Gorn culture, we will have to weigh carefully the knowledge we gain versus what the Gorn claim to be their own history. The Federation Science Council has a lot to consider. For now, though, I'm glad the researchers are safe. Good work.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Commander Burgess, Starfleet Intelligence. There's something I'd like you to look into. Admiral
Not
Quinn.
right now. Is that on this mission? Yeah, okay. So, I think